Jai Shri Mataji. Good morning to everyone. Let us bow down to Shri Mataji, raise our Mother Kundalini and give ourselves a bandhan. Let us recite Shri Ganesh Mantra.
त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री गणेश साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देवे नमो नमः।
Let us take a few deep breaths. And slowly bring our attention in our Sahasrara. Let us place our right hand palm on our Sahasrara. And let us just gently massage our Sahasrara. Shri Mataji. Kindly bless us with the thoughtlessness state. both our arms in our lap. In this state, let us now listen to Shri Mataji's speech.
Birthday of your mother and all such celebrations have a very deep significance. Because on such occasions, special vibrations flow in the atmosphere. When all the celestial bodies, the eternal personalities, gods and goddesses sing the praise. And that's how the whole atmosphere is filled with mirth and happiness. Human beings also express their gratitude. Expression of gratitude and love is done in different ways in different countries. But the substance remains the same and the forms change. The substance is like the ocean which flows continuously towards the shores, and the ripples which touch the shores are again repelled back, and a nice pattern is formed. It is such a spontaneous thing, and is so beautiful. Creates such a beautiful pattern in the atmosphere. All these waves, when they weave together the pattern of love, they soothe human beings, they enchant human beings, and the whole thing is very blissful. On such occasions, a special type of feelings develop, which we cannot express in words. So, the expression could be in any form. But the main thing is the expression. God has expressed Himself by creation, by creating this creation. While the creation has to express its gratitude by glorifying Him. And this play must go on eternally. It's the most beautiful play. Those who indulge into this play lead an eternal life. That life is unending, never breaks, and binds the whole universe with its beautiful music. Today especially, I have to speak to people who feel weak to follow Sahaja Yoga. who are fickle minded, those who lack strength, those who are afraid of taking Sahaja Yoga seriously. It is very important that fickle mindedness must be seen clearly, why we are fickle. Mostly it might be the ego that is stopping you from doing something that is very, very important. The fickle mindedness comes to us by various ways. As I said, one of them is ego. A fickle minded person can be frightened by his own ego and he may stop doing Sahaja Yoga after going up to a point, because the ego might say, now here forward if you go, there is a tunnel in which you cannot enter. You should not go any further. It's very dangerous. It could be marked by your sloth. Sloth is the curse of this country, I feel. It's the curse of the Sahaja Yoga also. I do not know if it is the curse of the Western world. But sloth is something, is like a devil that can keep you very much glued to your own positions and will not allow you to move on. For example, in the morning you get up and you think that, oh, it's all right. What's the need to get up early in the morning? There is no need to do any meditation. I'll do it tomorrow. Otherwise, you start thinking that it can be done after a month. Doesn't matter. Mataji is here. Everything will be all right. But you must know there are so many imperfections within you. And if you do not meditate now, seriously, take it up as a very serious thing, you may lag behind so much that you may be dropped out. Meditation is very important after Sahaja Yoga. You have slept and slept all your life. Sleeping is not so important. You have to today promise me that from tomorrow you all are going to get up in the morning and meditate. I was suggesting that if you take your baths in the morning would be better so that you won't have your sleeping condition. Sloth is such a devious thing that you do not see it. It explains everything. If you say, I am sick, it will say, oh, you are so sick, you should go to the hospital. If you say, I am tired, it will say, you are extremely tired. Why should you be so tired? It is nothing but your sloth is telling you that you are extremely tired, you better not do meditation now, you are extremely tired, you better take some rest, it's important. Sloth is worse than superego and ego. It is a kind of an inertia which pulls you down. And that inertia you have to really throw away and get out of it. Because it explains everything, you like it because it gives you little comfort and you want to rely on your sloth. But Krishna has said in Gita that sloth is the worst thing that can happen to human beings. If they take to sloth, if they accept sloth, they will have all explanations for being slothful. Alasya, he calls it, is the worst disease according to him for any aspirant of spiritual life. You may think that, you see, I am not well now, or anything. Sloth can give you any ideas, because I don't have that, so I don't know what ideas it gives you. But it can give you any kind of idea that would be very, very appealing to you, because it knows how to please your ego. Sloth is a ego satisfying thing, ego pampering stuff. And it makes you feel, oh, you are very tired. What are you tired about? You are all young people, why should you be tired? You get tired so soon. is nothing but your Mr. Sloth telling you are tired. You'll be surprised after feeling tired, you run for 2 miles, you can run. Now why sloth works Sahaja Yoga so adversely? Why sloth works out against Sahaja Yoga so much? The reason is because we are not yet identified with our well-being. We do not think that we have to be better, we have to improve, we have to go further. There's a big gap, we have to do it. We are not identified with our progress. Supposing if I tell you in England that if you run 2 miles every day in the morning, you will get a beauty prize. 99.9% people or women of this country would be running early in the morning. Supposing if somebody tells men that you will get Mr. Universe if you run every day 5 miles in the morning, there will be, 99.999% people may be running that. Because we are identified with that kind of a competition, which is very materialistic, which is of no value. But when you give up even that competition, you fall into another competition, is everybody is competing each other in sloth. They will get up in the morning, see around. Now, Coolie is still sleeping, all right, let me sleep. So Coolie will think he is still sleeping, let me sleep. So there is a big competition as to who is going to wake up first. Who is going to do this? And if somebody gets up, then one starts finding faults that he got up or what. He was just taking tea or he was talking. What about you? You were still in bed. At least he got up, was talking, doesn't matter. But he was kicking. What about you who was still slumbering in the bed? Now it's such a childlike thing, it's such a childish thing to talk about with such intellectuals as you are, such well-read and such well-posted people. That doesn't behove me, a mother of such great people, to talk like this. But sometimes I find my Sahajogis are like 2-year-old children. And then I have to tell them that now you are grown up. You see, you can explain it. But how are you going to explain yourself? Because if you have to grow, if you want your tree to grow, you must change your priorities and your identifications. If you have to be a first-class Sahajogi, you have to put your attention to it. I do not know how to fix it up. Supposing we fix it up like this. It's very childish, but I have to tell you because I have seen this is the problem. That the day I don't get up, I'll have to pay 10p. Let's keep it like that. If you are getting much more pay, then put it at 10 pounds. But something like that. Or you can say that day I'll give up one sweater of mine. Start it like that. It's very easy. People will say that, no, mother, when I meditate, something goes wrong with me. Means you are wrong. There's something wrong with you. So better sit down and meditate. Now, I must say, if you do not meditate, you are very selfish. That's the main point. Because when you come here, scorpions come out of me to bite my feet. There are snakes coming out of you to bite my feet. Do you want to do that to me? Or else to others also. The other day somebody came to my house and Chaya and all these people were there. He was so caught up that they were reeling with giddiness. And everybody was trying to take it out and work it out. If you want Sahaja Yoga to work out in this country and in the West, we have to understand our own value. And we must work it out every time if you are catching. Every time you meet me, you are catching. Then how are you going to feel the Kundalini? You must know how the Kundalini moves within yourself. Say where it is, how far it has gone. At least, there should be at least 10 people like that, minimum. Because I have worked here so hard, you don't know, I didn't work so many years in India. And there will be at least 80% people who can feel the Kundalini moving. It is here, it is there, it is there. And some people feel over-satisfied with their progress also. It is like a whole group of people going somewhere. Say a tug of war. Even one person moves 2 steps forward than where he is, the whole thing moves. But we do not see to the people who are moving it towards them. What we always see is, how can we compete with the person who is not moving? If he is moving back 2 steps, we can move up back 3 steps. This kind of attitude will not help us. You know that Sahaja Yoga is the only way, is the only method that divine grace has given you, by which you are going to transform the whole world. And lazy lumps, how can they help Sahaja Yoga? Laziness is the worst thing. Today, I know today is not a day to say all these things, but you all have to promise to me that you are going to give up your laziness, swaha. That's what I have seen, that whenever I meet you people, you are caught up. The another thing which goes against Sahaja Yoga is, I have told you 100 times, I don't know how many times, is to talk ill about other Sahaja Yogis. We are all part and parcel of one body. Say we are all part and parcel of one hand. Now, if this finger starts talking ill about this one, what is it going to do? Talking ill about each other is a very wrong thing. So, today also decide that we will never talk ill about anybody else, but we look at ourselves. What is our position? I have seen people passing remarks about other people who themselves are very badly caught up and not worried about themselves. Now, by this, how are you going to improve? If you do not pay attention to yourself and pay attention to others, you cannot improve. So, another promise should be that we will not talk ill about other Sahaja Yogis. But no Sahaja Yogi should take anything for granted. We have to really work very hard. So, second habit of talking ill about other Sahaja Yogis should be swaha, and thinking even about it. You are absolutely cutting the threads of Sahaja Yoga, which I have very sweetly woven. Now, you would be generous to me, I know. You can be very generous. You have given me a very beautiful painting. I am very thankful to you. But try to do it to others also, generosity. You should be really bound together, and you can see then what we can produce. You have seen how nicely we did the exhibition. Everybody was enamored. Everybody was very happy that you did so well. It was such a joyous thing, and everybody was congratulating. They telephoned to me. They said how they are together. There was no quarrel, no fighting, nothing. They did it so well. So tell your mind that how dare you think against any Sahaja Yogi? Do you know all of you are saints of the highest caliber? And this kind of wretched nonsensical thing, so low level, how can you do? I may talk ill about others. I may say that he's bad. Just to test you, so many times I do that. To see how you feel about someone. If I say somebody is bad, just keep quiet. It will have 2 purposes. One will be that if you are sympathizing with someone, so I am saying don't sympathize, because you are sympathizing with the wrong person. Or maybe I am just testing you. So keep it noted in your mind. If I say that person is no good, then keep it in your mind. Am I sympathizing with that person? This negative sympathy is very common. So third promise should be that we will not sympathize. If you sympathize means you share the pathos of others. You have to just share the joy of another person. So we will not sympathize with others, with anyone, but we will share the joy of another person. The part that is joy of another person we are going to share, and look out for the joy. Try to see the good points. Some people just cannot. That's how you dominate each other. That's a wrong thing. In a growth of vital importance, it is important to know what are the vital parts. If you try to press one vital part, you cannot grow also, because you are all supported together. So the third thing is, you have to promise that you are not anymore going to sympathize with anybody else. None of you can love as much as I can love. And then one should know that if you have sympathies, there is no need at all. But you should have feelings for it. Now, every human being has a character and a temperament. Apart from his self is his spirit, which is pure in its own form. It just gives vibrations, tells you right, left and all that. But everybody has a character is important, because a light that is burning in a candle can be different style, another different style, looks nice, variety looks nice, it gives you beauty. So your character you must know, respect your character and enjoy the character of another person. I really enjoy your characters and how sweetly you behave towards your own characters. But temperament is not yourself. Temperaments you must give up. Temperaments are horrid things. You give up your temperaments, but keep to your character. A character is something so great, is something so sweet. And I see that character in a person. And I feel that how is it they are not identifying with their character but with temperament? For supposing somebody has a temperament of saying something silly. It's a temperament. So, you just say, what is this going on? Why am I saying things silly? I better get rid of it. Somebody has a temperament of getting boiled up very fast. So, you see to it that this temperament is not your character. But some people are so low level that even in their character you can find something going on and on and on, which is their temperament has become one with their character. So try to separate. First of all, you separate yourself from your temperament to your character. And in that character, you enlighten your light. See how beautiful you will be. You will enjoy each other much more. Now, when you are with me, I know everything about you, no doubt. Everything. In your mind, what's going, I read minds. I read everything. But what I see is your light. Then what I see is your character. I do not bother about your temperament. But a time comes when this temperament becomes more dominant thing. You become so much identified with dominant. I am like that. I am like that. What to do? I am like that. It happens to me. I. So the fourth resolution should be no more I. We are not going to talk about I think, I believe. Who are you? I believe. Now who are you? Are you Jesus Christ? That your beliefs and your faiths are that great. So we should say we believe. We are like that. Now we have to move in one body. With all our different characters, we have to say we. We, which are part and parcel of one personality. So always say we. And this is how we must know that these temperaments are the things which keeps us out from everyone.
Mahamantras.
त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री महालक्ष्मी महासरस्वती महाकाली त्रिगुणात्मिका कुण्डलिनी साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। Shri Adi Shakti Mataji, Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Kalki Sakshat Shri Sahasar Swamini Moksha Pradayini Mataji, Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha.
Thank you, Shimataji, again and again for this beautiful meditation. Let us all collectively bow down to Shimataji, raise our Mother Kundalini, and give ourselves a bandhan. Let us meet again tomorrow morning, same time. Jai Shri Mataji.